Hello everybody and welcome back to Witchcraft with the Arthritic Artisan. My name is Sandra. So which craft are we going to be doing today? We're going to be making this absolutely darling bird's nest in the shape of an Easter basket using just a few items from the Dollar Tree and maybe some things that you have already laying around. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get started. You're going to need to take a bamboo wreath and we're going to remove all that jute that comes around it. Now don't throw that jute away because it is quite a bit. Once you have all that jute removed, you're going to feed the end of that bamboo through the handles of your bucket from Dollar Tree. You're going to take some of that jute that you saved and loosely wrap it around just to hold the bamboo in place. These wreaths come so tightly wound, it doesn't even look like a wreath. So just open it up. Once you have that done, you are going to take some more of that jute and lash it down to the handles of the bucket. You're going to need to take a little bit more bamboo from another wreath and you're going to form it into a small circle, just big enough to fit over the opening of that bucket. Then you're going to take some more of that jute that you put aside and you're going to tie that down. We're going to take some moss. I used American moss here and we are just going to lay it in there, and that is the base for your bird's nest. Now what do you do when you get something from Dollar Tree and it's perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it? Well, you rip it apart anyway and you do something different with it. So we're going to take a Dollar Tree bird and we are going to rip off its little wings and its tail and give it a good coat of paint. You don't have to rip your bird apart. I wanted to put some feathers on mine to make it just look a little bit more bird-like. We're going to take a couple of Easter eggs and give them a good painting too, and then speckle them. You can create a speckle effect by using some thinned out paint and just running your finger quickly over the tip of the paintbrush and letting those little spots flick onto your Easter eggs. I hope that made sense. Now I'm taking some feathers off of some trim that I've had in my stash for a long time, and I am just gluing them down to the tail that we ripped off of the poor little bird and also to the wings. Next, you're just going to take some florals out of your stash and decorate the handle of your basket. Next, I'm taking some burlap and wrapping it around the pail, and I'm going to just trim it off to make it even. Then I'm going to take that bird and put the tail back in. Here is some regular peat moss we're just laying down inside there to finish off the bird's nest. We're painting the eyeballs and the little beak back on the bird, and I did mix a couple colors of paint on the beak because I just didn't want it to be stark black. Once we get done with that, we are going to hot glue the wings back onto our bird. And once we got done, I did take a couple different colors of paint and just go over the bird a little bit here and there. I didn't want it to be stark beige. Then we're gonna put your bird and the eggs in the nest, hot glue those eggs down to the moss so they don't move around so much. Add some hot glue to the bird's bottom and glue her in. Next, I took some ribbon out that I had in my stash from a previous project that was already sort of a bow. Ripped that apart and I made two bows, one for the handle and then one for the front of the pail. I took some of that leftover ribbon and wrapped it over the burlap. Then I took some lace trim from the Dollar Tree and edged out that ribbon that we just wrapped over the burlap. Hot glue that bow onto the front of the pail, and guess what, y'all? We are done. Let me know in the comments section below what you think about this craft. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell to get notified about all future videos and projects. And until next time, have a magical day.